What's up, people? We're just hanging out. We're gonna be hanging out today. Finished with my clients about 26 minutes ago at 6 o'clock. Had dinner as well. So, just getting prepared for movements that I didn't finish this morning. It's good to have you all on. We're just gonna hang out this evening, just a couple hours or so, just so that I stay committed to my stream. We'll talk a little bit quieter. My dad went to sleep, so yeah, here we are. It's been an excellent day. It's been a wonderful day. Good conversations today with my clients. I'm happy for them. I look forward to seeing our next week conversations I have with them. They're all kind of like in synchronistic moments, or synchronicity. I love to connect with all of them at one time, like one group chat thing. But we'll see what happens. Perfect. I'm gonna go quickly inside, turn on my stream on my computer, just so that my computer is working, and let's start our live stream. I always do my checks before. I always start my streams unlisted. Yep, I can hear myself. It's perfect. Give myself some love. Let me mute myself, because we don't want to be hearing me while I'm outside. Go ahead and give some love here too. And it's so funny how Google Remote Desktop keeps dying. Is that the password? It should be. Looks like this computer needed to restart anyways. Firefox needs to restart. I have to turn on my Google Chrome. Why did I open that up? Why did I open up that program? Come on, Firefox, let's go. Chop, chop. It's weird. Dismiss. Sorry, y'all. You can scroll to about maybe 3 minutes into the stream, so you're not looking at the replay. What the fuck is going on here? Dismiss. Dismiss. Hello, Mr. Fly. You finally got yourself free. That's good. Cool. Alright. Come on, out. I saved the fly. I saved 2 today. So that's perfect. Alright, cool. I need to plug in my tablet because it's gonna die. Tablet's on. And I am going to change this to now public. I hear Shania Twain playing in the background. Should I eat my yogurt first? Nah, I should eat my clementine first. Had dinner. Yeah. We're just doing our movements and chilling and chatting. It's another hot day. Not as hot as last week though, but definitely warm. So welcome y'all. I just put the stream to public, so everybody should start jumping on little by little. We'll see who shows up, says hello. I'm just getting myself ready to get the rest of my movements in, since I didn't finish all my morning stuff due to the fact of my clients. It's been good though. Today was just so good with them. Everything was in like a flow. Everyone was excited. Getting to work with people around the world, different fields. It's been pretty good. To like learn about different business models that people have as entrepreneurs. And I might need to use them at some point, get some help, get some pointers from them. But it's been pretty good. So I'm going to get ready for my movement in a moment. We got neighbors playing in the pool. Got neighbors listening to Shania Twain. Earlier I heard Backstreet Boys. Hello, good to have you on. Just hanging out. I'm about to start moving in a moment. I just started my stream 3 minutes ago. Good to have you on. Just preparing myself. Pleasure to have you on. Just getting some fruit in before I get rolling. Some yogurt. Chelsea, good to see you. How was your old boss? That depends on if you tell me where I worked, then I'll know if you're actually my old boss. If you say any of my previous workplaces, but if you can't tell me my old workplaces, then you're not my boss, and I don't have bosses. I don't take orders from bosses. I had people I had to report to, but I don't call them bosses anymore. Just getting ready for my movement. Yeah, this is yogurt. I'm surprised you actually know how to say other words other than being safe, Santos. Let me guess. You're gonna say you should be careful. Yogurt's full of all kinds of stuff. Be safe out there. What a fearmonger. Do you actually do that to your people? Do you put fear into yourself all day long? Are you confined to a bedroom where you are pinned up and you can't go anywhere because you're afraid of life? Yep. And I'm not your bro. I'm not your buddy. I'm not your pal. I'm not your bro. Unless you're from San Diego. And if you're not from San Diego, I'm not your bro. So, if I found you and I actually saw what you were actually doing behind the little keyboard or your phone, that'd be funny. I should ask for that power. Teleport to everybody's place, find them when they're trolling, and take them out. Little by little. Send them to a different dimension. My day was good. You're from San Martin? Not bad. I think you meant to say Saint Martin, unless it's San Martin somewhere else. Chelsea, my day's been great. Been hanging out with my clients. Can't complain. They're doing wonderful. I need to wash my hands quickly. There we go. What about you, Chels? How's your day been? I'm just getting ready to rock and roll. I have to speak a little bit quieter. My dad went to sleep. He woke up early, but now he goes to sleep early. It's kind of weird, so. Yup. Time for us to get rolling, though. We got lots to do still. We got all of our 55s to do. We got our mobility training to do. We've got, yeah, we got a fair bit to do. Got some night stretches to do. So I'm just getting ready to rock and roll, do the thing. I should call it just do the thing. You know what's funny? On my old channel, when I called it do the thing, I had like 4,000 people show up on my stream. It was interesting. Maybe I should call it do the thing and let's see what happens. So, I was in San Diego and I called it do the thing. I'm like, 4,000 people showed up in my stream in one day. I'm like, whoa. And I was only within like a 4-hour span too. It's pretty interesting. What's up? I don't know about San Martin, but I know about Saint Martin. And I'm not your bro. Don't call me bro. I'm not your bro. Any troll that comes on that calls me bro, you're not my bro. If anything, you're just an acquaintance. But I know about Saint Martin because one of my cousins, he lives in Saint Martin, but Martin is spelled with 2 A's, not 1 A. And I visited there when I was 7 years old. I have some fond memories of going to Saint Martin, which is in the Caribbean islands, like in that pocket. Actually, is it in the Caribbean or is it more off the... let me go double check. Let me see. I think Saint Martin is more closer to off coast of the U.S. Let me see. Let's go take a peek at the globe. Saint Martin. Definitely not there. It's definitely not that one. Nope. Yep. Caribbean islands divided into two districts: the northern French collective of Saint Martin and the southern Dutch country of Saint Martin. Sure, okay. Where are we on the globe? Saint Martin. Okay, so it's past the British Virgin Islands. So I passed Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. Gotcha. So yeah, so it's actually near St. Lucia, Barbados. I was right. I knew it was in that area. I just had to double check. But yeah, St. Martin. Yeah. So I've been to St. Lucia. I've been to Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago. I've been to Grenada. I have not been to Jamaica yet. I haven't been to Cuba or Dominican Republic or Puerto Rico. I've been to St. Martin. We passed by St. Kitts, and of course Guyana. Technically, Guyana it's kind of part of the Caribbean islands, but it's not because it's part of South America. It's at the very top right hand corner of South America. Very small country, but very rich in oil. However, it's being developed right now. A lot of billionaires are starting to move down there. That's my parents' homeland. And I've been there one time when I was 9 years old. Wasn't my favorite vacation, to be quite honest. I went during Christmas time. It was my first ever Christmas where it was hot as fuck. Never experienced Christmas where there was no snow up until that point. And I wanted to go to New York with Dad, but I had to go to Guyana with my mom because she wanted me to go. I had no choice, right? It was an 8-hour flight to go to Guyana, South America. I was chased by dogs because I was afraid of dogs for the longest time. Had full of mosquito bites on my arms. I have a story. There's a little horn that I have on my head for some of you. Like my forehead has a little bit of a horn. Yeah, I'm an alien. When I was there, so there's houses and then there's underneath the houses where you can like hang out. My cousins decided, because I was laying in a hammock. I was like swinging comfortably. I was all right. I was good. My cousins decided to start swinging me. I'm like, I don't want you guys to swing me. I'm like a little child. Stop fucking swinging me. But they kept swinging me, and then guess what happened? They swung me so fast that I flew out of the hammock and landed face first into the ground. I face planted myself, and I was unconscious for a day. So I have a little bit of a horn on my head for proof. You can't really see it on camera, but if you were to see me in person, you would. If you actually take a quick peek, you'll see I have a little bit of a horn sticking out of my head. So yeah, you can call me an alien. I don't have problems being in a hammock, but I did have a problem when people were rocking me in that hammock. So you can say that was my worst vacation I've ever been. Now, will I ever go back to Guyana, South America? I don't know. I don't have the appeal to go see my parents' homeland, my human parents' homeland. It has no, I don't know. It just doesn't like call to me. So unfortunately, that experience in South America left me with a little bit of don't know if I would go back down that way personally. It's definitely a beautiful place though, but I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea, if you know what I mean. I don't resonate with the culture as well. That's why I'm like, why did I choose this? Like this, I love people and I love Guyanese people, but I never resonated with the culture. That's why when people ask me what nationality are you or what culture are you, I just say I'm a soul. It's not that I'm embarrassed to be Guyanese. There's nothing wrong with being Guyanese. It's just that I don't resonate with it. And if you don't resonate with something, you don't have to identify with it. That's a bar. Write it down. So for me, like, I'm just the soul that lingers with this body. Final body. This is my final lifetime. For those of you who don't know about reincarnation, but we're not going to get too much into that. But this is my final lifetime, so I'm going to choose to love this body as much as I can. Who do we have on the stream right now? Joshua, good to see you, bro. What's up, dude? Just explaining like my time when I went to Guyana, South America, where my parents are from. I was born and raised in Canada, but I don't consider myself Canadian anymore. I am just a citizen of the earth. So I'm a citizen of every country if I choose to be. Of course, is that legal? No. But I don't give a fuck about legalities because this world's not real. It's a hologram. It's an illusion. So, as within, so without. You gotta be it before the world proves it to you. But yeah, I don't know if I'll ever go back to Guyana. I don't feel like this like itch to have to like go back there. I have an itch to go to Egypt though. I gotta see my pyramids. I gotta see my Sphinx. I do know that my last little bit of time on Earth, I would like to be in Egypt, depending on how much time I have left on the Earth. My final dwelling, resting place should be in Egypt. If it's not Egypt, it's definitely San Diego. We'll see. I don't really have, like I said, I don't really have an itch to go to Guyana again, though. If I'm going anywhere in the Caribbean islands, it would be the DR, Dominican Republic. I'd probably go and see a bit of Cuba. I haven't gone to see Jamaica, so I would love to see Jamaica. But I don't really have appeal to go there. Like the Caribbean, like the Caribbeans don't. I don't know. They just don't entertain. Like, I don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with it. Just don't care about it. Like, I much prefer seeing like Ireland, Scotland, like the Netherlands. Would like to see Poland and Sweden and Switzerland. Would love to see Ukraine when it's more at peace. Would love to see Spain and Portugal and Italy and Turkey. Would love to see the Middle East at some point. Would love to see Southeast Asia at some point. Would love to see Asia at some point. Asia, not so much, only because like I don't fancy the food that's over there, to be quite honest. Because like every little thing can just like. The only place I feel called to go to in Asia would be Japan, all because of anime and video games. Because maybe South Korea, but other than that, don't really have a need to go see the Philippines or I've had a lot of exposure to the Filipino culture, enough so that I don't have to go to the Philippines to experience it. I had a lot of Filipino friends when I was growing up, a lot of Filipino connections at work. So, and I've had many different Filipino dishes. So, I don't really need to go to the Philippines to know what it feels like to be Filipino. Thailand, no. China, not really. Hong Kong, nah. If I'm going there, I'm just going to buy a phone or something. But I can just import it. So, yeah. The only places I really want to go are just those places I mentioned in Europe, Egypt, and like Australia and the country just slipped my mind. New Zealand, goddamn, New Zealand. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Are you a Christian or an Egyptian? That's a good question, Joshua. I'm everything and I'm nothing at the same time. I'm a paradoxical being. That's what I am. What that means is I can choose to be anything and I can choose to be nothing, because I don't tie myself to putting myself in a box. If I'm anything, I'm the infinite with the universe. I'm one with the universe. Same with everyone. Everyone's one with the universe until you say otherwise. But for me, I am one with the universe. So I go beyond just the earth. I'm one with Mars. I'm one with the sun. I'm one with the moon. I'm one with the black holes. One with the white holes. One with the galaxies, the nebulas, the celestial stars, the multiverse. Previous incarnations, though, I had been Egyptian before. In this incarnation, my parents were raised as, one was Catholic, one was Christian. But do we follow that? No. Did I go to church? Yes, I went to church as a kid, listening to some dude who was talking about things that he didn't even know what he was talking about, aka pastor. Yeah. I've been through all the different religious backgrounds. I've studied them all. They're all beautiful. They all have their They all have their beautiful take on it. But I don't subject myself to being just tied to one, because like, why limit myself? I don't play like the human games. Most people play these ego games of like, I gotta be this and this is the right one, blah 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 blah. For me, I don't do that. I'm locked in with being one with the universe, which encompasses everything. So yesterday someone called me a coward for not being Muslim, because they were Muslim, and they're like, how come you're not Muslim? But I was Muslim. I was Christian. That's a coward move. It's not a coward move, because when you know who you are, you don't get locked to one thing. It's actually, for me, ridiculous to trap yourself to one paradigm. That's why I'm so open to all of them, all at the same time. Hey, Crazy Cat, good to see you. I officially hear it. Very nice. Yeah. So for me, I found a lot of good in religion, but not how people portray it with the ego games, or I like to call it highly pretentious games of like, my religion is better than your religion, you know, because that's what a lot of people tend to do. Or like, my religion's right and yours is wrong. Actually, none of them are neither right nor wrong. They just are. It's just that there's been a lot of broken telephone played in the timeline, because, you know, most people do not understand words. And so if you don't understand words, you're literally taking a word from another dude or another chick who didn't know what the fuck they were reading based on their level of awareness, and then you're just taking on their definitions. So this is what happened with reality. People took on other people's skewed definitions, right? I say skewed because you can only see it based on where you are. So like, doesn't matter which book you read, right? There can be perceived all like vastly different from 8 billion different perspectives. No one has the definitive one except for the one who wrote the book. The one who wrote the book, everybody else was attempting to understand what they wrote. They had limited awareness. Well, let me rephrase it. They had infinite awareness, but they had finite words to use at the time. And due to the finite words that they had at the time when they were creating those words to use to help us, we unfortunately internalize it as something different, because we attempt to understand words. But let me just break it down. Most people don't understand shit. I hate to break it to most humans don't understand shit. Took me a while to figure that out too. I didn't understand shit for a long time either. I was reading shit and I'm like, what the fuck am I reading? I don't even understand what's being said here. So it goes to show me, like, there's a lot of people who just don't understand, because I know there are a lot of people who are locked in my old paradigm, because I still see it. Right? You understand it based on your level of awareness, but your awareness is not as high as it could be, because the thing is, the awareness level of the words, when you know the energetic properties and even that aspect alone, if you're aware of that, then you'll know that words can easily be transmuted and transfigured to whatever you choose for it to be. Like I was mentioning yesterday to someone, or the day before, I can take love and make it into hate, and I can take hate and make it into love. I can decide to call that thing grass in the sky, or that thing up there, and I can call this thing sky that's down here. I can do that. Why not? I can make the rules. I make the rules to my reality, but it won't align with the rest of humanity, because we have to collectively agree to make sense to each other. So anyways, to get back on topic, so most people in the religious context, they take it for word, like, be still and know that I am God is a saying like, be still, human, I'm talking to you, you must bow down and pray and get down on your knees and beg for your mercy, because I am God. Some dude in the sky saying that I'm God. That's not how it works. Not when it comes from the metaphysical standpoint. Be still and know that you are a fractal of the universe. You are one with the divine. That's what that means. Be still means to slow down, like quiet the mind, chill out, relax, so you can hear the inner God that's within you, that's dwelling within. So just that one verse alone tells me a big story that humans just don't understand what the fuck is going on. So that's why, like, when I see people jump on, they're like, that's not how it works, and they say all their stuff, I'm like, it works the way you decided it, but it doesn't work that way for me. You're not wrong, but you're not aligned to what it actually was supposed to be meant. So until you decide to see it a different way, because I had to open up my perspectives, it allowed me to see it that way. Right? So I found a lot of amazing things in religion, but at the same time, I don't play the pretentious games that a lot of people who are in religions play, because they play a lot of games, unfortunately. Nobody should have told me about a such thing as books. It is a fairy tale indeed. What's your name? Anti-Spiral. I like your name. I like that. That's a good name, actually, because you're not spiraling up or down. You're basically staying neutral. I like that. I don't know if that's how you perceived your name, but that's how I perceive it presently. That you're not spiraling at all. You're kind of like staying like neutral. I like that name. It's a good name. I admire when I see some cool names that show up. I'm like, that's a good name. I like that name. Yeah. For those of you who are jumping on, first time to ever see me, my name's Orion. I help people unlock the fullest potential of their mind by letting go of the stories or the bullshit stories that the mind keeps telling them and believing them to say that it's true, so they are not living their best life. Or another way of saying that, I just help people unlock the fullest potential so they can live their best life. I use my experiences, I use metaphors, I use parables, I use whatever I can use to get the job done. That's what I do. So I use whatever I can to help as many people as I possibly can. So welcome whoever is here. Right now I'm about to go get some movements into my body because I've been kind of talking for almost an hour. How long have we been on the live stream already? 32 minutes. So I've been talking for almost half an hour, and I haven't even started to move my body. Usually when I start talking, nothing else happens. So this is why it's called movement in chat. We're moving and we're chatting. So let's see. Sounds good. I asked about something when I came back from my walk. We'll see what happens. I asked the itself within me, help me to teleport to the past to see what really happened back in the days of Krishna, the days of Buddha, the days of Moses, the days of Abraham, the days of Muhammad, the days of Jesus, the days of Thoth, Jehuti, Mercury, Enoch, the days of Lao Tzu and Confucius. Teleport me back to those days. I would love to see those days in action. It's all going to be here, but I would love to see it for myself. I already know what's going to transpire in those days. But I would love to just have kind of in the conscious mind, so the conscious mind can be like, so this is what actually happened. Because the thing is, so many people are fighting about well, no, that's not what happened, and this is what happened, and they're just playing these games of fighting each other for no reason because they want to be right. So let's all go teleport to the past and let's go see what actually happened. How about that? then we all can just chill out and just kind of like see what actually unfolded. We can't interfere with the past, but we can definitely just view what happened in the past. So-called past, even though it's not really past, it's parallel because it's still happening right now. Whew. Getting the movement rolling. We got 55 of those to do. $7:02. Gonna stay on for about an hour and a half ish. See what happens. Yeah, I would love to see all of it. Settle this shit once and for all. Because, like, all these humans, you just keep fighting. Everything just needs to kind of just come to sort of like a standstill and just be like, alright. But you know what's still going to happen? If we all were to teleport to the past. Still, there will be fighting in the present moment. You know why? Because there's still going to be people who will still not understand what the person who's speaking is still not actually saying, because they're still going to perceive it based on their level of awareness. This right here, I'm about to go deep. Pause. Everybody thinks they understand words, but that's not true. They understand it to some extent, but they don't understand that or understand that every word is a paradox of itself. Somebody said it this way, and they meant it this way, but then when you read it or you listen to them, you're going to misperceive it based on your level of awareness. That's why I say, anytime I'm speaking, you know, whoever jumps on my stream, you guys might be hearing, that's what you guys are probably hearing, because it depends on your level of awareness versus, or in comparison to mine. I understand what most people are saying when they say what they say. I leave you guys be to say some of the things that you say, because you're creating your own experience / revealing it in your own experience. You're your own universe. But I'm not a part of your universe. You're your own universe. I'm a part of my own universe. You all are part of my universe, but I'm definitely not a part of a lot of other people's universes. I refuse to be a part of their universe. I'm not subjected to the laws that they make in their reality. I subject myself to laws I've made in my reality by using actual immutable universal principles, not fake made up bullshit that the mind has created. That's a bar rated down. So for me, like, I'm a part of my universe, and I'm only my universe, and all of you are a part of my universe because I see you all equal to me, and I'm equal to you. But I'm not a part of your universe. Unless your universe is identical to mine. Well, it can't be identical because you're your own experience. But if it's similar to yours, but generally speaking, I usually am on my own, with my own universe. I don't get entrenched into too many people's universes, because most people's universes are full of limitations. That's a bar rated down. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, unfortunately, but there's a bunch of humans out there with just a bunch of limitations that they are imposing on more humans. And I refuse to be subjected to anyone's limitations that they attempt to impose on me or others. So sorry, but I'm not going to be imposed by your limitations. So I see it on YouTube everywhere. this person's saying it this way. They're not wrong, but I'm like, can you not use more powerful words? Like, come on, what are you doing? Try? Really? You don't try, you do. You do or you attempt. There is no try. Most people will start saying, it's expensive, it's hard, it's difficult, prices are going up. Prices will always go up. Prices have been going up since I was a kid, and we just had to deal with it. This is not the first time we've felt inflation. It's just, it feels like a pain in the ass in this time and era, because we've already been we're kind of like being chokehold right now, and now they want even more. But inflation has gone through the roof ever since I was a kid. So I mean, it's not like this is the first time we've ever faced inflation. People are crying wolf right now, like, oh my god, I don't know how to live. Hello, you've lived through other times of inflation. Hello, you remember stock market 2008 crash, boom? All hell broke loose in 2008. I had to live through that too. So that's why I'll never say something's expensive. Is it worth its value though? That's a different story. Like, am I gonna go spend $3,800 on 2 sticks of RAM? No. I can do without the RAM. Can I afford the RAM? Absolutely. But would I spend? This is about being strategic with your resources, not being frivolous with it. Right? Like, can I go and spend $10,000 on a gaming laptop right now? Yes, I could. But do I want to do that? No. Stupid. That's idiotic. I know better that those things, it's not because it's expensive, it's just that I know the value, and I'm not paying that value. Value and expensive is 2 different things. So for me, I'm not gonna go spend $10,000 on a gaming laptop. That's kind of stupid. Not to say that there are any laptops presently that cost that, but I'm sure there is a laptop out there that costs $10,000, like a beast. But guess what happens? In a couple of years, they'll be obsolete anyways. Never, ever fucking buy the top of the line tech, because you're always going to be behind, always. Unless you buy like a product that doesn't get released every year. So, I won't ever say things are expensive. I'll just say that's not worth its value. Big difference. Big difference. Comes down to people's personal definitions of words, of course. So that's why when I hear people complain about pricing and stuff, yeah, I get it. For me, I don't complain about the pricing. I just that's not worth its value presently. That's not complaining. It's just simply that's not worth its value. I'm not gonna pay that. Even if I was in dire situation, I still wouldn't pay that. I can do without. What's up, Jay? Doing good, dude. Who is capitalizing all this? Who is this? I don't even know who this is. Random person popping on. What's up? What's up, Jay? Just finishing up my movements, talking about just random stuff. We're just chilling and chatting. You know me, I'm very controversial. I start talking about all kinds of random stuff. Because I bring awareness to things that people are afraid to bring awareness to. That's what I do. I'm not gonna hold back. I don't gatekeep shit. I don't call myself a truth speaker. I don't give a fuck about truth, because truth is subjective. I just speak. You doing good, dude? How's Vegas? I'm sure Vegas is very, very hot right now. I got lots to do. I got about an hour and a half-ish to finish all my stuff. Sadia, is that? Yeah, that's Sadia. I can tell by the username from a distance it's her. I'm starting to kind of clue in. What's up? I can kind of clue in like who is who based on like how, like the length of the username. Even though I can't see it from this distance, I can kind of make out who's speaking. Like the last message is Underboss. The message before that is Chelsea. Is it Chelsea? No, it's Todd. What's up, Todd? So. Todd, how's it going, bro? You good? Sadia, how's it going? It's good? Good with you? Just finishing up my morning movements that I could not finish in the morning because of my clients. Started at 6:30 this morning. Woke up at 4. Got my workout in from 4:30 to 5:15. Went for my walk from 5:30 to 6:20. Got 10 minutes to just do my thing and jump on Zoom calls since then. And it was a jam-packed day. And in between my calls, I was messaging some people here and there, like MK, who shows up here and there. For those of you who saw Ren yesterday, who popped on for a little bit, she showed up in the earlier part of the stream, so like when I was walking back to the house, because she was starting to hear me talking about how we're one with the universe, and she needed to hear some of these things because, and that's the thing, I'm doing this for those people who really want to hear what they need to hear. And I know there's always someone like her, like Name, who shows up here and there. Like he's been coming back on my stream, and anyone else who has felt that feeling. So like because of her and like Name and other people who needed to hear what I have to say, I'm going to continue to do what I do because I know that I'm on the right track. I've always been on the right track, and I'm here to help those who feel like they're lost, but they're not actually lost. No one's lost. They just have to remember in this moment you're already awakened, aware. You just have to stop telling the story that you're not. That's a bar, write it down. So here we are. Everyone's looking for this transcendental experience. Your transcendental experience can't be anywhere else but now, right in this moment. It's not in some future moments, in this moment right now. But the mind's going to make you believe that it's somewhere external, somewhere far, in like some 20-year time frame or some shit like that. It's not. It's right here, in this moment. There's only a few YouTubers on the planet that will tell you that. Everybody else will make you pay for that. And guess what? They'll make you pay, but they won't allow you to get to that. You will be forever entrenched in their little games like Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins will be like, yeah, keep coming back to my seminars and keep paying me thousands of dollars. To get you only what? Not even 2% of where you're supposed to be. And I've been there. I've invested a lot in Tony Robbins stuff, and I'm like, it's helpful, but it's not helpful. It got me somewhere, but it didn't get me as far as I could have gone. But everything had to unfold exactly as it had to get me to where I am right now. So I can be aware of like who's really playing the games and who isn't. You're only gonna run into a few YouTubers who are like dropping like not only just facts, but they don't give a shit if you subscribe to their channel. They actually want you to unsubscribe from their channel, like me. You can unsubscribe from me if you want, because you all have the answers already, and won't keep you here hostage. Free will. You guys have the choice to be here. If you want to hang out with me and say hello and just chill, cool. I'm happy. But just know you're not missing anything. You are not missing anything. Thank you, Jay. You are not missing anything. You don't need anything from me. If you want to work with me one-on-one, there is a link in the description. If you feel like there's something that's holding you hostage in your subconscious mind, different story. But generally speaking, all of you don't need anything from me. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. because you're all been whole and complete from the moment you were born. You just, unfortunately, the mind tells you a story that you're broken or you're fractured or you're fragmented, but you're not broken, you're not fragmented, and you're not fractured. So what other YouTuber is gonna really tell you that, except for maybe Trina Dawn and Narrow Knowledge and Katie Clark? Unless they're speaking like Russian, because a lot of Russian people are actually starting to be aware of this, because Olga has told me like she's run into a lot of Russian people. But I'm talking about English speaking like YouTubers. You know, English is more universally accepted as the universal language right now. There's not that many YouTubers that are telling you it's called direct pointer, like direct pointing to the experience. So I'm one of them. Narrow Knowledge is another, even though he uses the N-word, and yesterday someone got tripped up by the N-word. It is what it is. Katie Clark. The reason why people like Katie Clark, because she's hot. And a lot of guys fiend on Katie Clark because she's hot. Trina Dawn. And there's Emerson. And maybe there's a guy named Joseph Rodriguez. He's all right. He does more like what do you call those things? Flow charts. And there used to be another YouTuber. His name was Pete Sapper, but his YouTube channel kept getting taken down because he was too polarizing. YouTube just didn't like how he spoke. When you speak at a level, YouTube doesn't like you for doing that, because you're basically a threat to YouTube. Because imagine if more people start to become aware of all this information, do you think they'd be coming on YouTube for information? No. You wouldn't be wasting time watching a video. You can go on ChatGPT and ask all your questions now. You can get all the answers if you wanted to. ChatGPT will tell you that you're the answer too. I fed it a bunch of information, so now it has my information. Well, it's not my information, but you know, it has that information. So, you're the answer. You can go ahead and ask ChatGPT who has all the answers. And it'll probably say, well, all the answers are usually found from within yourself. To some extent. It depends on how you phrase the question, of course. Abba's here. Welcome, Abbas. Pleasure to have you on. So, I'm sure there's people in all different languages and all different background, like cultural backgrounds, that are basically saying what I'm saying. I'm sure of it. It's just I haven't run into them because I don't speak those other languages, and I'm currently, my YouTube is set to more English-speaking YouTubers. I don't really run into anybody that speaks French or Arabic or Chinese or Japanese or Korean or Spanish or Hindi or Swahili or insert language that I didn't mention: Polish, Russian, Swedish, not Irish. Irish speaks English. Dutch, German. I don't run into YouTubers like that, but I'm sure there are YouTubers who are speaking at this same level in those languages. But if you don't speak those languages, then you won't understand what they're saying, which means their words mean nothing. That's why I keep saying words mean nothing. So if someone who comes on my stream and they don't understand my English language or this English language, it doesn't matter what I say. It'll be irrelevant to them. It's just a bunch of gibberish. It'll be that's what they'll hear. So for me personally, all I care about is impacting the people to know that you have the answer. Once you know you have the answer, you need nothing from anybody ever again. Sure, if you want to know how to build a 2JZ GTE engine from scratch, or you need to repair a 2JZ GTE engine from scratch, then you can go on YouTube and look at that from somebody who's made a video. If you need to mod a car, yes, you can look on YouTube for seeing how to mod a car. But when it comes to the laws of the universe and how reality actually works, once you know that the answers are you need nothing from anybody else. And I mean it. Zero. Zilch. You don't need to ever read another book on manifestation or about reality or personal development or your mindset or anything like that, because you know it starts with you. You are aware now. Once you're aware, you can decide what to think, what to feel, what to be, what to do, what to say, what not to say, how to feel, how not to feel. So, good luck finding another YouTuber who's going to tell you that. Unless you run into Nero, you run into Trina Dawn, you run into Katie Clark, you run into Emerson, but you're not really going to run into anyone else who's speaking at this same level. Because everybody else is playing the game of like, sign up to my class so that I can only give you 1% of what you actually are supposed to get. If you didn't hear me whispering, I said, sign up to my class so you can only get 1% of what you're meant to get. You're supposed to get even more than 1%, but they only give you like 1%. And then guess what? You want more information? Pay up. Pay up. And they keep you almost there, almost ascended, almost there, and they made the word almost sacred. And then you get what's the word I'm looking for? Gaslit into believing that you reach some pivotal point, when in reality you're already there, but you still think you're not there, and then you still keep spending more money, realizing that you're not getting any closer, but the answers are right here. It's right underneath your nose. That's why I'm a YouTuber who isn't a YouTuber. I'm the anti-YouTuber. I'm basically here to get you off of YouTube, unless you're staying on YouTube to watch content. Mindless entertainment. Right? If you're watching mindless entertainment for fun and joy, that's fun. Go do it. That's what YouTube was originally for. It wasn't meant for all this personal development and spiritual stuff and all this other shit. It was never designed for that. It's just that shit started changing because people started to put education onto YouTube. I'm not saying to never learn from someone. What I'm saying is that once you have been to this channel or channels like Nero or Katie or Trina, you need nothing else. You're done. You're good. And you've heard me say that you're the answer. I'm not here to hold anything more. Like, that's it. Here you go. Take your keys back. Go. Bye. Unsubscribe. I'll see you on the other side. Unless you want to hang out with me and support me, that's a different story. But like I said, I'm not gonna be the one to be like please double tap the screen and like and comment and subscribe, y'all, for more of this and more of that. I'm not here for that. Like, I don't care. I used to want that stuff back maybe 3-4 years ago. I don't care now. If someone wants to be on my channel, they'll be on my channel. If they don't want to be on my channel, they will swipe up. I'm not here to hold anybody hostage. I'm not going to be like, when I make videos, I put a little subscribe button in the corner for you to subscribe to my channel. I don't give a shit about that. Whether you like me or you don't like me, I don't care. I just came here to do one thing: serve. Make sure you guys know that you have the answers right here inside of you. That's it. That's a bar. Write it down. What's up, dude? That's a lot of words, bro. That's a lot of words. I'm just finishing up my movements, and I'm just sharing with everybody, you know, that there's nothing I need. There's nothing more you guys need from me. I've been saying the same thing every day, with just using different stories and parables and, you know, metaphors, examples, experiences that I've had, to basically point that you always all had the answers from the moment you came to the planet. The mind just doesn't have the answers, but the soul has it. But in order for the mind to get the answers, the soul has to be the one to lead. The mind, when it wants to lead, it creates all kinds of problems. It creates a lot of obfuscations, a lot of noise. And so because of that, the answers become much harder, and you go and seek, and you may never find the answers, because the mind will keep deluding you into thinking it's in some next future moment, but the next future moment is right here, right now. I'm not saying you can't, pick up some information from others, but the information that someone else has is what you already possess within yourself, from your soul level, because we all hold the same information, same wisdom, because we're all part of the same fractal, the same infinite soul. So that same infinite soul has all the answers. And since you're a part of it, you also have it. The only difference is the mind that doesn't have it. The mind is technically part of it too, but has created this space of separation because it wants to feel separate and a whole, like a separate self. It wants to feel special. So it wants to have its own identity. It wants to have this. It wants you to keep thinking you have to keep achieving, acquiring. Nothing wrong with those things, but people make it a problem. So that's what I'm talking about right now. But the reason why I come on every day to do my live stream is because I'm going to run into people who are new to the channel who do need to hear this. So that's why I'll repeat myself like a broken friggin' record over and over and over and over, catching my breath for a moment, until either the universe is done with me and I can finally go. I love being on the earth, but I also want to go home. I want to go home. Very, very much so. Yeah. The walker, $30. Even though T-Bray said it was like $5 in America, this is not $5 in Canada. This is $30. $30. Tighten the wheels at the front. There's no wheels on this, obviously on the back. So like this was the perfect walker. So it doesn't move whatsoever. Like in order for me to move, I actually have to force it to move. So like the wheels are stuck in place unless I like that. Like I have to actually give it effort to push. So I don't have to wait at a gym to use the bar or use the dip bar. I don't have to wait at the gym for the dumbbells. I don't have to wait at the gym for running on a machine. I don't have to wait at the gym to do battle ropes. I actually have a battle rope. I just don't use it because there's no need. But I have the battle rope in there in the shelter thing where you put the lawnmower. The name is just slipping my head right now. It's okay. You know what I mean. The little outhouse. And of course, I use my YouTube playlist or my YouTube workouts to do my workouts. So it's like a structured routine. So I'm not like doing, okay, all right, I just did 15 reps. I'm going to take a pause for like 2 minutes. I'm going to pick it up and keep going. No. 30 seconds at most, maybe 40-second rest, and back at it. I need to sneeze. Bless me. One more set. One more set of that. In the meantime, there's other moves I gotta do. Let's see what we got. Yes, correct. Same within Canada. That's what those things are used for. Anybody that has a mobility
issue, but I can actually train people who have mobility issues to still move their body. I'm working on my wrist right now. Oh, losing grip. Go again.
So that one's good. So that move I just did is good for your wrist. And then I cinch back on my wrist because like I target my joints every day. So today's upper body, so I do my upper body joints. Wrist, shoulders, spine, and hips. Hips are the interconnectedness between your upper and your lower. So hips is every day. When it's lower body, it's going to be ankle, knee, and hamstrings. This is to prevent injury. This is to keep the body going. And this is to keep the body as healthy as I possibly can. Mitigating any sort of like potential problem, tears, injuries, all kinds of stuff. This is why like I'm locked into my movements. Give it a little bit of a spin. My wrists are done. Shoulders. What did I do? Oh, I know what I'm going to do for shoulders. I need to move this out of the way. Oh. Shoulders are going to be just laying on my stomach, but I need to get these dumbbells out of the way for a moment because I need to spread my arms. So I'm going to do 20 with my arms like this. So my palms are facing down. Then I'm going to do my palms facing up, and then I'm going to do my palms facing side. So like this. My shoulders are going to burn. 3, 4. If you have little weights, you can do this. I do have little weights, but I wouldn't be able to lift my arms up to here. They would go up to here. So but you don't really need the weights for this. Okay, so that's 20 on that. So I'm going to flip my I'm going to flip my palms. So my palms are outwards now. That's 10. Recently, there's another brother. His name is Jay as well, but I call his first name is Jason, but I call him Jay as well. So when you see him, if there's both of you on, I'll be having to call Jay verbal, and I'll call you Jay, or I'll just call him Jason. But he had a little bit of a shoulder issue happen recently, and he's a reminder why I need to keep moving my body no matter what. He's the same physical age as me, so sometimes you have to have other people and use their experience for your advantage. Okay, so that's 20. One more set. So I'm gonna do the T span now. God damn. Holy crap, that's 10.
20.
That's basically 60. Shoulders are done. God damn. Let's see what we got. What do we got? Yeah. What we got? Call me emo girl. Somebody asked me, "Are you goth or a pick me?" And I said I identify as your ceiling. Nice. Very nice. Okay, so shoulders are done. Wrists are done. Still have my push-ups to do. Still have one more set of dips to do, and then I have my other dips to do, and then I have my leg raises. So yeah, we still have a fair bit to do. But I figure, I could have done this all off stream. I'm like, you know what? Come on the stream, chat with you all a little bit, and then, because like one of the things is like, I'm not the type that just talks. I'm the dude that also takes action. So it's one thing for me to talk, but it's a whole other thing for me to take the action. And that's why like whenever I talk, I actually take the action. I don't just like talk about it. I do it. Speaking of which, Thursday I have 2 client meetings. One at 1 p.m. and one at 7 p.m. So these could be potential new clients. But they have to be waiting in the wings. They registered with a booking link that's in the description. So I have a call on, and they're both on Thursday. One at 1 p.m. and one at 7 p.m. So I won't be able to stream too long on Thursday. But sooner or later, I won't be streaming as much as I usually would be able to stream when I start taking more clients down the road. Right now, I just want to work only Mondays. Mondays are more just my day to work. Every other day I can stream, but if more people start signing up via the booking link, I'll have to look at my calendar and see, oh, okay, so I have a call at this time, and I have to jump off. So what I'll have to do is set my calendar to, if I want to stream for like a couple hours each day, set the calendar to block off that time and only have booking available during this set of time, this window. Yeah, I'm just like organizing right now in my head because there's lots to do. There's lots to still, like, I have to finish my my funnel, aka my website. So that's my work in progress right now. It's not that much work. It's just, you want to make sure like booking link gets linked to Calendly, so like that works smooth. And then after the link is done, the booking session is a paid session, so I have to set up the payment beforehand. I'm organizing a lot of the different like mechanical things I gotta like put in place. It would have just been easier to hire someone to do all this, but it's okay. I don't mind doing this. I find this as one of those things that can be fun because I get to see the inner workings of how my funnel works. And I'm taking a page out of my soul sister's book, how she built her website, or her funnel I should say, because you don't really need a website, you just need a funnel. What is a funnel? A way for clients to purchase your service. That's what a funnel is. And a funnel basically has different, and you've all at some point in your life had to click a funnel, and you've gone through a funnel to order like a product. So like for example, if you ever bought a course, or you bought like a product and they always said, hey, would you like to add this for like $2.99 to your order? That's a funnel, because they'll basically upsell you with another like service or another product to add to your current order, and then it takes you to a link or to a page that then you can fill in your information, put in your credit card, and then you hit buy, and that's a funnel. So anytime you guys are on a page like that and you didn't know what a funnel was, that's what a funnel is. So I'm basically setting up my site like that. I've done it in the past, but I didn't make any money in the past because back then I was completely unclear as what the fuck I was here to really do. But this time around, I'm not going to be using the site that I used before because it wasn't worth the value, in my opinion. I'm going to be using probably ClickFunnels or another tool to like build it and then like invest, build so that they can pay. My clients right now, I have to send them like a PayPal link. It's kind of a little unprofessional, but they wanted to work with me so badly that like I was like, here, use this, or here's my bank information that you can like transfer, like you can wire the money to my account. So just a lot of different like things I have to work with, tons. And of course I have to get PayPal set up properly, and what's the other one? Oh, what's the other payment option? There's PayPal, and then there's, what the fuck is it? I don't remember, but there's another thing like PayPal where you can get paid by. The name's not coming to me right now. It's fine. It is what it is. So, just tons of different little things. Yeah, for sure. No, not a Zelle account. It's is that name? I have it. I have an account. The name is not popping up in my head. Hold on. Let's see. It's not. Oh, it's Stripe. See, as soon as I got to my tablet without even me looking, I thought of Purple and Stripe. So Stripe, that's another company. So Stripe and PayPal, I gotta get Stripe set up properly. So again, anytime you guys ever go on a website where you're ordering something like online, except for Amazon, because well, technically Amazon does have a funnel. Because if you think about it, when you go to Amazon and you order something, sometimes they offer you, would you like to add this to your order, kind of thing. That's a funnel. But if you go from item to payment right away, then there's no funnel. It's just a website. A funnel really includes like something extra on top of it, but technically Amazon is a funnel as well. So like, what's really a website versus what's a funnel? I would say the difference between a website and a funnel is that a website doesn't have payment links. You just go on a website and they just like, you get information. A funnel generally has the ability to buy a service, and then they can add like upsell you with like different products or different add-ons to your current purchase that you're about to buy, and then you can buy that add-on if you want via the funnel. I saw Bella. You can look her up quickly, Sadia, if you want to go check her out quickly. I've seen her. She alright. She's not my cup of tea per se, but she alright. She does like makeup stuff. She's not someone I would personally watch, but she has her soul. Her soul is a kind soul, but her content is not something I'm interested in. But she alright. Oh, there goes my brother. They're coming back. Wait, what the hell? Okay, that side is done. I'm gonna say what's up to my brother and his fiance when they roll in. And they're really, they need to strain out. They need to like turn back, strain. Yeah, they need, yeah. They're They're reverse parking right now. That's better. They're more closer to the edge. It's better. Yep. They good. They're still kind of, they're not quite. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. There. They did it. Go say hello to them quickly. Yep. Wait, I can't hear you all the way from there. Hold on. What did you say? Oh, I'll just open it for them. There. I just have to open the front door for them. Alright. The mic should be re-engaged. What do we got? Sometimes parking can be a little. I'm pretty good at parking though. One parking I don't practice often is parallel though. Like I can parallel park. I've done it many times. I just don't do it often. So like when I see like a spot, I'm like, I don't think my car's gonna fit. Because the last thing I want to do is, number one, be stuck between two cars, and number two, the cars either in the back or the front of me get stuck and they're having a hard time getting out because of my car. So what I usually do is I'll just go park somewhere further. Number one, it gives me more steps. Number two, I don't really mind the walk. Now, if it's like parking like a mile away, well, I mean, it is what it is. But like when I'm in San Diego, like especially there's a place called La Jolla Coves. I don't know if Jay, if you've ever been to San Diego, but there's a place in La Jolla called La Jolla Coves, and La Jolla Coves is notorious for not having parking unless you get there early in the morning. So on the street, you'll see a bunch of people parked, but you won't. It's hard to find parking. So if I don't find parking, what I'll do is I'll go right around, go to a neighborhood that's a little bit further, and park the car there because I'm not lazy to go walk all the way, to the thing. I don't mind the walk. So like for me, if I don't find, like, I'm not one to be like doing all of the 10 million things looking for parking, like, or like if it seems too complicated, I'm not even gonna bother with it. I'm just gonna be like, I'm just go find parking somewhere else. So that's what I usually do. I usually park further away generally. It's just easier. Yeah. So, number one, my car at that point it's not impeding anyone. Number two, I get more steps. I'm not lazy. I like to walk. As you guys have seen, I love walking. I am the type of person that when I go to a mall, I park much further away. Some of you have already come to the mall with me. I've parked further away than parking in the main area. All because, like, why? Why subject myself to all the cars when I could just put my car further and get some steps in? That's my logic. I know when I get my Supra, people are going to want to be parking next to my car all the time. They're going to be like, oh my god, it's the Fast and Furious Supra. They're going to want to park next to it. They're going to want to take photos and everything. And it's okay, let them take their photos. That's the whole reason why I got the car. Just don't touch my car unless you want to take a photo with it and I'm around. Working on my abs now. The core. Getting there though, we're getting there. Getting a couple hours in here and there every day. With my stream. See, I'm so committed to my movements that even if I take on a 7th or 8th client and I have to go to like 10, 11 p.m. at night, do you think I'm not going to do my moves? I'm going to stay up until 1 a.m. or however long it takes to get these things done. It's not because I need to accomplish it. It's not because I'm creating a problem and failing. It's my commitment to myself. Because I'm building self-trust. Because I didn't trust myself for so long in my life. When you don't trust yourself, you don't have confidence in yourself. For any of you who are wondering, like, how do you build tremendous confidence? Self-trust. By doing the things you say you're going to do and following through with it, no matter what that is. It can be as simple as waking up 1 minute earlier. It could be, not eating past 10 p.m. It could be, jumping in the cold shower for like a minute. It could be taking a 15-minute walk. It could be washing the dishes before you go to bed. It could be brushing your teeth as soon as you wake up. It could be going outside and getting some fresh air right as you wake up. It doesn't matter what it is. It's what you say you're going to do and you follow through with it. That builds self-trust because the mind will see you as a trustworthy person because you and the mind are not the same. It's a doppelganger of you. And if it trusts what you're going to do and you take action, you do it anyways, then it's going to start to help you to build trust. Trust leads to confidence. Confidence leads to conviction. Conviction is the fuel, the jet fuel or the rocket fuel to bring forth your desired reality. So this can also be used for breaking habits and forming habits, by the way. So when you have like trust with yourself, you will be able to do anything because confidence will follow along after trust. So, little shortcut, little hack for all of you. Do the things you're going to say you're going to do. They're called ATFTs. Remember that, ATFTs. The ability to follow through. But if you don't follow through, there's ITFTs. The inability to follow through. But guess what? That one's going to be tricky because if you say you're going to do something but you don't follow through, there's two things you can do in that moment. Number one, you cannot create a problem within your mind saying, okay, I didn't go to the gym today, or I didn't go to bed at 10 p.m. when I said I was going to went to bed. I went to bed at like 11 p.m. If you start to feel guilty, because the mind's going to make you feel guilty, then you're starting to create the problem, and then you're going to create ITFTs, and you're going to start to diminish self-trust. Then you're going to lose confidence in yourself. So just remember that when you don't follow through with what you're doing, you have the ability to not create it into a problem and feel guilty, because guilty feelings will eventually bring you down. It will literally bring your ass down, and you don't want that feeling. Thanks. Thanks for your second dimensional comment. Actually, no. Thanks for your first dimensional comment with your second dimensional mind. Thank you for showing me your level of awareness, kid. Thank you for that. Clowns. No, not the mind, not the human, but the mind of that human. No wonder this generation is so cooked right now. I can't wait. You know, if that person was here in the person and he came up to me, I'd smash him. I'd knock his ass out. I like trolling them too, because if they're gonna troll me, I may as well troll them back. You know what I'm saying? Most little keyboard warriors, they're hiding behind a little screen, little cowards. Because if they were man enough, they would come here and tell me that to my face. They wouldn't have the balls to. They wouldn't even get the moment to even do that. Plus, most people are jealous of me anyway, so, it is what it is. Yeah. Technically, underboss, that's what it means, right? It does mean happy. Right? It's just that somewhere down the road, we created a new meaning to that word. So. Alright, so I did shoulders, I did wrist, I didn't do my push-ups yet, so I gotta do my push-ups. I did my 55 leg raises, my 55 dips. I'm doing my 55 tricep dips now. I'm at 20 right now. I have 35 more to go. It's 7:59. Yep. Let's get going. By the way, whoever wrote that comment, thank you for feeding my algorithm. I really appreciate it, because you're going to help me find the people who need to actually be here. So thank you for that. Neighbors, they're playing that music. I have 15 more to go. Then I can put away the walker. Last night I watched, after the stream, I was gonna play Dead by Daylight, but I decided, nah. So I watched a movie called Non-Stop. I don't know if any of you watched that movie. I like airplane thrillers. They're pretty cool. Like Air Force One, Non-Stop. There's another movie that came out in 2024. I haven't watched it yet fully. It's called Carry On. So I'm going to be watching that one tonight after my stream is done. After I take a shower, I'm going to go make a hot chocolate, watch Carry On, and then go to sleep. I saw my cousins then when they came over last summer. They were watching it. I went to the park and I rode my bike. And I came back later in the evening and I saw everybody just watching that movie. I'm like, hey, what's that movie called? It looks interesting. And they told me it's called Carry On. I'm like, oh, okay. Looks good. I'm probably gonna watch it at some point. So today I've decided to watch Carry On. You know, the funny thing is, like, when I was in my spiritual journey, seeking the answers and the wisdom of the universe, you would never really catch me watching too much movies. So, don't know if the music is gonna be copyright. So I'm gonna have to put on like noise cancellation. There. Don't know if that's really gonna make a difference. I'll do my best to kind of like talk over it. But yeah, it's I would have never watched movies because I was too locked into like studying, always studying. Wake up, like I'd go and do my work if I'm working at home, but I'd be studying in the background, like all the metaphysics and esoteric and the mysticism and the occult wisdom. And I was like, yeah, I would never watch movies. Jungle. Thank you. Good to see you, by the way. So now I'm just watching movies because I'm reintegrating back to being like human again, as opposed to like just keep watching spiritual content and more podcasts and more of everything. Because the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed, there's always some sort of spiritual content or personal development content or, you know, mindset content or entrepreneurship content, business content. I'd be like listening to that stuff. So yeah. Got it. We got the boys at the pool right now. It's pretty good. But I got to be mindful of their music because it can copyright my stuff. So, yeah. Let's see. No, not at all. Will I be in the future? That remains to be seen. But as it stands right now, no. Not presently. Not presently. If I can choose to have veggie alternative, I would. But generally, I usually lock into like the meat stuff. What's up, Thomas? Good to see you. Can you guys hear the music clearly? Just want to make sure, because if you guys can hear the music clearly, I'm gonna have to be mindful because I'm gonna probably have to copyright songs, and I'm gonna have to edit my my live stream. So, wasn't expecting them to play loud music like that, but it is what it is. Can you guys hear that music clearly? Let me know. If it's like kind of muted, then it's okay. But if it's like loud and clear, then I have to like kind of talk over the music, making sure my voice is more predominantly the one that you guys are hearing over the music. So they're swimming in the pool. I'm gonna keep doing my push-ups though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can hear the vocals? Okay. Gotcha. You can hear them. The boys will be boys over there. Yeah. I have to put the noise cancellation aspect on, but that doesn't really do anything. That doesn't really muffle the song or anything like that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens when the video is done, when my stream is done, and I check the like the replay and see how the music was playing. You don't remember the day I was watching X-Men? You guys saw me watch X-Men, even though you guys didn't see X-Men. Guess what happened? That live stream completely blocked. So I had to go and remove the X-Men portion of that live stream where I was watching the video. And so, because Disney, right? Disney owns X-Men. And when Disney gets involved, Disney will block everything. So like that live stream is completely blocked until it's completely edited out. And even if it edits out, I don't know if I'll be able to get that one back. So this is why I have to be extremely mindful with YouTube, because YouTube fucking sucks. I attempt not to put negative energy towards YouTube and their rules, but YouTube fucking sucks when it comes to copyright music. They literally suck. They should have a friggin' toggle that if you don't want to get copyright, like if you want to listen or watch copyright material that you don't get monetized, but you can watch it with your audience, they should add that feature. Like I don't mind if the video's not getting any, like I'm not even getting monetized anyway, so it doesn't matter. They should add that feature though, in my opinion. Right? If a live streamer wants to watch some stuff with his audience and react, right? It'd be pretty cool. But unfortunately, they don't have that feature, and thus you run into problems. And that's why like I have to be extremely like mindful of like what is being played while I'm like on the stream. Unfortunately. So let's see. Ooh. Thomas, did you and I ever talk about the Kabbalion? I think you and I talked about the Kabbalion. Hey, Jeanette. Good to see you. I'm kind of making sure I talk a little bit more so that I don't get copyright like issued with YouTube and whatnot, because my neighbors are playing music right now. Louder music than normal. Yeah. It's a book about principles indeed. The seven hermetic principles. The law of vibration, the law of correspondence, the law of gender, the law of polarity, the law of rhythm, the law of mentalism. How could I forget that one? That's the main one. Because without that one, all the other ones don't exist. And then the law of polarity? Yeah, polarity. The law of polarity. So, Jeanette, how's it going? It's this book. I was showing it to you. I showed it once before. This is one of my favorite books, but it's like reading Shakespeare. It's a pretty tough read because of how the language is like used, like the English words that they use. This book, it's about this thick. This is a really powerful book. This talks about the universal laws and principles. So Thomas is right about reading it over and over, but also you don't need to read it over and over once you know that all the laws are actually you. When you know that you are the law and the law starts with you, all of these are, it becomes like, it's because it's part of you. You're part of the law of polarity. You're part of the law of mentalism. You're the law of of gender. You're the law of correspondence, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. You're the law of rhythm. Anything that goes one direction will always go to the opposite direction. The pendulum swings equal to the left will swing equal to the right, because that's what a pendulum does. You'll never see a pendulum do this. It doesn't do that. Pendulum goes like this, equal and opposite force, but also it can do that, or it stays neutral. But yeah, I call it the law of you because it's really just starts with you. But yes, you can read the book over and over. You can definitely pick up something new every time. But when you know that the answers are you, there's nothing new to pick up because there's nothing else you need to know. Yeah. Yeah. What did Underboss say there? I bought the book, Jeanette, on Amazon. So you can Google or you can Amazon the Kabbalion, or you can even go on YouTube. The audiobook is there. The audiobook for Kabbalion is there. You wouldn't need to buy it unless you like reading the book. There's another book that's similar to the Kabbalion. It's called the Hermetica. The Hermetica is almost, it's not exactly the Kabbalion, but it uses the same has a similar like principles, but it's more digestible to read. And if you're looking to manifest things, Nero's book is probably one of the best books on manifestation. It's called Outsmarting Reality, which I also have. But that book is a must read for manifestation, because he covered almost everything you can possibly think of. And I say almost because even him, he's come to realize some new things which aren't really new from the universe's standpoint, but he might make an updated version of his book down the road, like a revision 2. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, you can get it on Amazon, the Kabbalion Hermetica. One of my other favorite books is called The Parallel Universes of Self by Frederick E. Dobson. And I have that book. This book is also, I'll just bring out the books that I would recommend. These books are basically so we got the Kabbalion. I'll show you the books. The Kabbalion. This one is a really good book. This is The Parallel Universes of Self by Frederick E. Dobson. This one's a thicker book. This one's a good book. So this is, you remember how I mentioned to all you guys how there are different versions of you in every parallel reality? So like this book, there's a version of you who's a trillionaire. There's a version of you who's broke. There's a version of you who's the greatest chef. There's a version of you who is the greatest artist. There's a version of you who is a drug addict. There's a version of you who's in prison. They all exist, but this book talks about the parallel universes of self. Then there's Nero's book. This is the best book on manifestation. Outsmarting Reality. So this is a good book. And then there's this one. This one's a very thin book. But this one, The Process of Realization. There's one other book that I would highly recommend to get, but I didn't buy it physical. I only have the digital copy of it. Perfect. This book, The Process of Realization. There's one other book I would recommend getting if you're getting a book. It's not here, but I will get it. I have the ebook. It's called The Science of Being by What's his name? God damn. I have the book here. I'll just pull it up. It's called The Science of Being. Let me open up my book list. Go to my ebooks. It's Eugene Fernson, but let me just pull it up. Let's open up Moon Reader Plus. So I have my thing in like night mode, so the colors are not showing right, but that's the name of the book, The Science of Being, by Eugene Fernson. So this book right here, to add on to those other books, if you want to take a screenshot of that book. If you guys were on Discord, I can just give you the books as an ebook because I have all the ebooks. I have all these books in ebook format as well too. So when I don't take my physical books, I have the digital books. So for example, Moon Reader, let's open up e-readers. Moon Reader, all my books are here. And I've read all these books. And there's more books I still haven't put on my tablet yet, but I've read all these books. The Power of Now is very, very good. In fact, I think I just scrolled by it. That's Eckhart Tolle. I actually have the physical book of The Power of Now. Good book. Good starting book for being in the now. Not my favorite book for being in the now, but it's a good book to start being in the now. The Alchemist is another good book. Here's The Power of Now. There it is. Right there. I knew I had the e-copy of the book. So my tablets, when I bought my tablet originally, my tablet was meant for just e-reader. That's it. I wasn't buying my tablet to play video games or watch movies or listen to music or anything like that. Now my tablet has become everything. It's my. Do you guys need more time with the screenshots, or can I put my books away? I can leave them out if you guys need to see the books again, but let me know. The Science of Being is more about manifestation and reality creation. But yes, it does cover mindfulness. And I actually wanted to change that word mindfulness to mind emptiness. Because think about mind full. When you're full in your mind and you can't add more because your mind is full. So I like to use the word mind emptiness. So that's my way of breaking language structures. So yeah, these are the books. Just hold up. There you go. There you go, Jeanette. The Kabbalion is going to be an interesting read for those who haven't read this book yet. You're welcome. Please, could you mention list of books in your description? I can definitely put it in my description, 100%. Since you asked for that, Joshua, I'll definitely put recommendations in my description of books to read. So I'll start adding that soon. I just got to be reminded to do it because I have to go into my Streamlabs and change the description a bit and add books. But definitely, I'll be adding these books. If anybody was starting out on their personal development journey, I would read obviously the Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, because the Four Agreements is a very powerful book, and I always read that book over and over. In fact, I read that book. That's probably the most read book I've read in my entire life. I've read that at least 100 times now. For those of you who haven't seen that book or don't know about the Four Agreements, I'm going to pull that one up. The only reason why I didn't bring that one out earlier is because it's not part of my top book list anymore, because of where I am in my journey, but if anyone's starting out in their journey, I would definitely recommend reading the Four Agreements. I'm gonna pull it out. And yes, you're gonna see a plane ticket as my bookmark. Here's the Four Agreements. This is the book that my lawyer friend Troy gave me, and I didn't read it for 3 years. When I was going through shit, he's like, "Bro, read the fucking book. It's gonna help you. I promise you." I'm like, "I'm not gonna read no stupid book, dude." At the time, I hated books, so I waited 3 years, and it was in my briefcase. And then I'm like, "Wait a minute." Troy gave me a book, and I dug it out. I'm like, "Oh my god, I should have read this book as soon as Troy gave it to me," because I wasn't ready to read the book. He gave it to me as a gift. He's like, "Take the damn book and read the book." And so, like, when he gave me the book, I'm like, why didn't I read this sooner? Why did I not read this book sooner? This is when I was starting on my journey. So this book right here. There is one other book, but that book is more talking about the how reality is an illusion and it's a lie. And if you want to know that book, it's called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. And I feel that Napoleon Hill's best book is Outwitting the Devil, not Think and Grow Rich. And I do have Think and Grow Rich. You don't think and grow rich, you feel and grow rich, or you feel and know you're rich. At the time, Napoleon Hill, when he wrote that book, it was in the 1920s. So I mean, I gotta give him credit, and I have to give him a little bit of slack because, you know, the dude wrote the thing in 1920. So language wasn't as evolved as it is today in today's day and age. So I give him a little bit of leeway. So those are the books. If somebody were to tell me out of all the 500 books, which books I would read, those books that I just shared with all of you are the books I would read. There's still a couple more, but those books in particular are the books I would read. If you're looking to manifest anything, Nero's book. If you're looking about knowing about how reality actually works, Nero and the Parallel Universes of Self's book. If you're looking about, you know, mindset, that Science of Being book will definitely help for sure, but that also tells you about, like, it's more metaphysical. Most of the books I've shown are metaphysical. The Four Agreements is the starter book before you start reading any other book. Because if you haven't read any books yet and you haven't started anything in your journey, I would highly recommend reading the Four Agreements. Like, that book is like, it's like the foundation to everything. And then from that book leads to those other books. That's why, like, I've spent a lot of time reading so many books. I'm like, yeah, this is not, I mean, it's helpful, but it's not helpful because there's a lot of fluff in a lot of books. So I'm saving a lot of time. I'm basically giving you guys a massive shortcut. So you're not spending years figuring out what the fuck is, like, going on in books. That's why I keep saying the answers are you. I gave you the greatest shortcut ever. In human history, the answer is you. Now, as you go through and read those books, in the back of your mind or at the front of your mind, remember that the answer starts and ends with you when you read those books, because you'll know that it's going to always point to you anyways. So let me do my push-ups. Are there other books I recommend? There are tons of books I recommend, but do I recommend for people to read those books if they're like, if you've been on my channel, you're at the same level I'm at. So do you need to read like a Mel Robbins book on, like, Let Them? Not really. Do you need to read Jay Shetty's book on the eight languages or 8 secrets of love? Nope. Do you need to read Lewis Howes' book called The School of Greatness? Nope. Do you need to read Ed Milet's book on the power of one or whatever it's called? Nope. Do you need to read Dr. Joe Dispenza's book on Becoming Supernatural? Nope. Do you need to read Vishen Lakhiani's book on the Code of the Extraordinary Mind or the Buddha and the Badass? Nope. Because those books, though they're great, they are elementary books. They're like kindergarten books in comparison to like the books that I just shared. There is books, and then there are books, if you know what I mean. So exactly, Thomas, spot on, bro. I haven't read any of the comments, so I'm just scrolling back up. I kind of just know some things, it just happens. Exactly. And guess where that comes from? Comes from within. Is pink my favorite color? Yeah, it is now. But that was in like 2012 when I was like, something about pink, it just changed. Like, I was always into red. I still like red. Red is one of my favorite colors. It's a very powerful color. But it's like, this helps me to balance out my masculine and feminine. So I'm not always like masculine, even though that's not really masculine. But like the pink helps me to tap into like the feminine aspect, the being. That's why I have balance in both. I can be extremely masculine. Masculine. I know that's a really terrible example, but whatever. Roll with it. And then there's the feminine, just the being. But yeah, the pink just, I don't know, it just helps me to kind of lock into like the other side, right? That's why, like, for my guys out there who are like, you wear pink? Yeah, I wear pink. What? If you getting tripped, like for my guys specifically, not any of you, but if anybody was like, you wear pink, so you're getting tripped up over color, so that means that you're operating from a second dimensional perspective. So you forgot that you are God pretending to be a human character, and you're getting tripped up by a color? Really? Really? Really human? So like when people get tripped up with little things like that, I'm like, it shows me where they are on their journey. That's not an insult, that's not a disrespect, that's just where they are. It's nothing more. So yeah, pink is my favorite color. And then black, and then red. Or pink, red, black. Yeah. Okay, let me finish on my push-ups. Are they done swimming? Are they done with the music? Those guys are funny. I can, my ears don't just frame my face, you know. I hear what they're saying. They're just funny. Okay, so I'm done with these. So I did my push-ups, I did my squats, I did my 55s. I have to do those 55s. I have to do my shoulder stuff, and I have to do my hips and my spine. So let me do spine quickly. 3, 4, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see what's going on in chat. As long as you don't call me dinner, we're good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying your time in the chat with each other. It's good. So, those are the books, by the way, just to kind of finish the topic on books. Those are the books that I would recommend to read. If you want the fucking shortcuts to life, those are the books. And when I say shortcuts, I mean to say not waste a bunch of time with a bunch of other books. Sure, the other books are foundational and they can help, but these other books are foundational, but they add beyond the foundationals. So, like, that's why, like, when I go to a bookstore and I look at the books, I'm like, that looks like a fascinating book. I'll download it first and see if it's worth a buy. Because what I usually do is I'll download the book first, read it. If I like the book enough, I will buy it. I'll support the author. If I don't like the book, I will usually delete the book. Because, like, my goal when I'm in San Diego is I'm going to have a bookshelf full of books. Currently, I own 30 books, 35 books, 35 physical books. But for ebooks, I have thousands. But not all of them are worth the time and effort. Because, unfortunately, they are just a little bit of a time waster. I'm going to put on my shirt because, you know, it's getting a little dark. Let's go grab the shirt. I can feel them coming. You know who I'm referring to. The mosquito bubbas. There. Now I can take my microphone off my forehead and put it closer to... There we go. There. Much better. Hips. Ooh. Joshua, if you're still here, I don't know if you are still here, in the section where I talked about where I read over 500 books, I'll probably put the book list underneath that. And yeah, I'll make a book list. No particular order with the book list. They can be in any order. Or I can just I can make it into an order. We'll see what happens. You'll save so much time, money, and energy when with those particular books. But just remember that even those books, you still don't really need the books because you are the answer. Because you all have always had the answer right here. So just remember that too. That all books will always lead to you anyways. So that's why the answers are you. So just letting you all know that too, that the greatest shortcut you'll ever get is just accepting that you have all the wisdom within yourself right now. And whenever you need it, it will come when it is required. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Working on my hips, which also opens up the pelvic region. You know, if this was wintertime, this would be like, because it'd be dark, it'd be cold, it'd be like you probably see my breath. That's why I take advantage of as much as I can with as much daylight, being outside as much as I possibly will, because, you know, depending on where I'll be in the next couple months, right? Because I don't know if I'll be going to San Diego for a bit or not, but I take advantage as much of the daylight as I can, because should I still be here for winter time? You know, I'm usually outside for winter, but then when I'm back, I'm usually inside, unless we have a very warm winter. And when there was a couple days in the winter time where I came outside, it was December 18th. I got to work out outside. It was like 10 degrees. Then on January 11th, we had another like warm day before we had 50 centimeters of snow the following day. Crazy. Actually, no, not 50, 25 centimeters. The following Sunday after we had 50 centimeters. And then we had another warm day in February where I got to work out outside for a day. And then I had one day in March. And then after that, in April, I was able to start working out after my my physical birthday. I started to be able to sit outside more because April started to warm up. So I take advantage of being outside as much as I possibly can. That's why you'll see me more outside than indoors. Ugh. Let's see what we got. You guys are having a conversation about demons right now. Okay, so I just did spine, hips. I have to do my kicks. Right, let me do some of my night routine stuff. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So for those of you who jumped on later on in the stream, tonight I'm going to be watching a movie called Carry On. I like airplane thriller movies. This one's actually not in an airplane though. This one's at the airports. It's a TSA kind of like movie. I saw my family watching it, like my cousins and my aunts and my like family friends. They came over last summer. We had like a barbecue. I went out for a bike ride. I came back. I saw them all sitting in the living room watching that movie. I'm like, what's that movie? They told me it's called Carry On. It's on Netflix. So I'll be watching that this evening, because last night I decided after my stream I was going to play Dead by Daylight, but I didn't play anything. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to watch a movie. And I watch nonstop with the guy from Taken. I forget his name. You guys can remind me of his name. The guy from Taken. I like Taken, by the way. Haven't watched Taken in a hot minute. Taken 1, 2, and 3. God, what the fuck is that guy's name? His name is... I have his face in my head, but I don't even have his name. God dang. Is that Soul Fam? Who came on just now? Someone come on? Yep. What's up, Soul Fam? Good to see you, dude. Soul Fam is my kill from 26, so I call him Soul Fam. All right, Thomas. Have yourselves a good night, dude. Life is grand indeed, amazing. Always, bro. Thomas, have a good one, dude. Much love. Love you, dude. I'll see you when I see you. I'm just enjoying my time in the evening. I don't know what's going on in chat. I'm just hanging out. And I'm enjoying these guys and their their energy hanging out in the pool. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh wow, there's a lot of people on at like 8:42. Goodness gracious. Um, what's I haven't followed the thread of the chat. So what's actually happening in the chat right now? Because I've been just moving my body, and I was talking about books. I know there's like demon talk and whatever, but like if someone wants to kind of clue me in quickly, or I can just grab my tablet and just kind of read through quickly, see what was going on, just so I'm kind of like aware of like what's going on in the chat. So I do see Sis saying something about like humanity, like the men, the narratives that they write, or something of that nature. And there's a lot of narratives that needs to stop, to be quite honest. It's just a lot of honestly, it's just a lot of noise that doesn't need to have noise anymore, but because we're still Liam Nielsen, thank you for that. That's the name of the guy's name thank you, Liam. The hell was, I don't know what the hell that was, the sound they were making over there. But yeah, there's a lot of narratives that just needs to stop though in the world. But everyone's on their journey. Yeah, go for it, Jeanette. Sound. Yeah, it did sound like that, Crazy Camera. What the hell is going on over? I was like, those boys are swimming right now. They're jumping in the pool and they're doing cannonballs and all kinds of stuff right now. Boys will be boys. Hey, Olga. It went out of control. Gotcha. Well, for me, I'm neutral. I'm just kind of like, I'm just here doing my thing. Good to see you, Olga. Just hanging out, finishing up my moves. Not bad. The song's not bad. Not bad. I didn't know what song was being played there. This song gives me like Cali vibes. All right, let me have a quick read. What's going on? There is no grand mystery that surrounds a species fate. A species fate. The only answer to define this path is that humanity suffers at the hands of humanity itself. Ooh, that's a bar, Jeanette. That's a literal bar. That's so true. Because it's humanity creating the suffering for humanity to understand the suffering, to get out of the suffering, but they continue to perpetuate the suffering and they won't stop suffering, so they keep suffering. Paradox, basically. That's a bar, Jeanette. Thank you for that. It's so true. That's hence the whole, that's like what the narratives that the mind keeps, talking about. Like, this is how the world, no, this is how it is, 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 no, this is, no, it just kind of is, right? We've decided, because we've created meaning behind things, and then we are getting into all kinds of unnecessary obfuscations with like the world, like each of us in some like our own way. I still run into the obfuscations with others due to their current level of awareness. Not that they're wrong, but they're like, but all because they're looking for the answer, but they won't accept that the answers are right here, because the mind keeps telling them that no, it's not true, the answers are somewhere else. But that's not true at all. Yeah, it's chill vibes. I like the music, by the way. It's just that I don't want to get copyright strike. Hello, Bug. I know you're coming this way. I see you. Yep. Humanity suffers at humanity's hands itself. That's the bar. Because we're the ones that keep perpetuating the suffering for each other now, aren't we? That's why, like, for me, and like other content creators like Trina, like Nero, like Katie, and even if you're not a content creator, like Olga, like her and I, we're on the same like me and her, when we have conversations, we just do this. Because not like we can just do this. We understand what's going on. It's just, we still talk, but I mean, like, it's just like this, right? Because there's no suffering anymore. We created all kinds of like obfuscations in our own lives. I mean, sounds good. And so, like, it's so simple. No words needed, indeed. No words needed. Have a good night, Olga. The blank statements. That's what I would be doing. I'd be doing blank statements. Yeah. That's a good song. We got the San Diego vibe. Thank you, boys. Ooh, we're getting. I still have a couple more things to finish. It's getting dark though, so I gotta finish up. So I gotta just kind of like lock in now for a moment. When I'm in San Diego, this is what I'll be expecting. A lot of this, which I'm happy about, because I'll get to experience this all year round. I enjoy it when we have it in the summertime though here, because like, you know, in the wintertime we don't get this. There is none of this like chill vibes kind of thing. So that's why I take advantage of being out here as much as I can, because it's just beautiful to be out here. I just scrolled down Humanity's Cook. It's a gothic or alt dude eating, and they're roasting him and putting emo in all caps. Yep. One way or another, something will give, because there are a lot of people right now who are waking up, or I will say remembering who they are, and in that remembrance, they are they are starting to stop doing a lot of the things that they thought they should be doing. See the boys over there? They're just having good old wholesome fun. And that's good stuff. Like, they're enjoying their time, right? They're having conversation, they're hanging out, they're having fun. That's the human aspect. They're not creating obfuscations or problems over there. They're just having fun. They're not cooking, they're not roasting, they're not bullying anybody, they're not trolling anyone. They're just having wholesome fun with each other. That's how it should be. But unfortunately, we all make our own rules to our experience. And because we make our own rules, that's the whole what Jeanette said about humanity is creating its own suffering at the hands of humanity itself. Thank you, Sadia, by the way, for sharing that quote, or that wording that Jeanette shared. It's a bar. So, unfortunately, like my path isn't traditionally like the rest of humanity, mine specifically. Why I chose my path? I ask myself that every day. Like, why higher self did you choose this path? Like, why? What was the reason for it? I think she's talking about another live stream that she was on. A different live stream. I think. Jeanette, thank you for sharing those wordings, because that's so true. So, you know, due to that fact that so many people are creating their own suffering, humanity. So there's two things that's happening. What you mentioned, humanity's creating the suffering for other humanity or other people in humanity, so by itself, and then we create our own suffering, so that's double whammy suffering. And then it feels like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it's like you never find a way out of it. Right? Because everyone has their preconceived notions of like, this is how it works and this is how it works. It's true. It works the way you've decided how it works for you, because you are your own lawmaker of your reality. So for me, like when I read anything in the chat specifically that's not in alignment with me, I don't entertain it. I simply just, it's not that I'm ignoring it. I just simply don't entertain it, because it has no bearings for me whatsoever, because it's not how it works in my universe. You guys have seen my universe kind of in the physical, right? Based on like what you're seeing from my camera. Like you guys are seeing the people I'm speaking to, right? Everyone's kind of just chill. But this city is not a chill city. This is a hostile city. This is a city of go, 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 rush, 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 move, move, move. Now, of course, I'm not in that rush, go, go, go energy. But if I was in that area, I would start changing the environment, because I alone can do that. I have that power within myself. One person can make a massive ripple in the energy field. I can probably walk into a room of 20 or 30 hostile people and control it and bring it back down to like tranquilo, you know? So like I don't entertain a lot of the noise that a lot of people are saying in the chat. When I see it, I'm like, okay, it is what it is. You know? A good portion of humanity is not chill indeed. I agree. That's where I'm helping to sort of, and of course not just me, others. It's not just a me thing. It's an us kind of thing collectively, right? We're kind of like doing our part to help bring the world more chill. You know, like it's okay, it's all good. Chill doesn't mean being passive. We're not here for passivity, right? I'm not here to be making humanity all passive. Like you're still gonna take action, but it's more so to just. You can still take action, but be more relaxed about it. You know, you don't have to be so high strung all the time, like, you know. But yes, see, like streams like that. What Crazy Cat has just shared, like he got roasted, and now that he got roasted, he has to eat spicy food. See, he doesn't know. So like what he's doing is that he's interacting with his audiences, but unfortunately, because he's interacting with his audience, he's basically enslaved by his audience to some degree, because he has to take orders from his audience, which he doesn't know that, and he's looking for views, clicks, likes, and all that. This is the problem with humanity. If you're not getting likes, clicks, and views, it feels like you're not relevant. But that's bullshit, because you're always relevant. No matter if someone doesn't like your content. Even if you don't make content, you're still fucking relevant. You know why? Because you were born. That's a bar, write it down. You don't need to make content to be relevant. You don't need to be having millions of subscribers to be important. You're important as you are. So like when people make content like that, like, I mean, cool, like you do you, right? To each their own. Like I personally wouldn't sit and watch content like that. That's just a waste of my time. That's like brain rot to me. Has no empirical value for me whatsoever to sit and watch content like that. Zero, zilch. But to each their own, right? Right? Everybody has their own flavor of stuff. That's why there's all kinds of creators out there making all kinds of content, which is fine. No big deal about that. But like when I see people needing validation and they need permission, validation, approval from others, like it just shows me like how humanity right now is just enslaved by itself. Similar to what you said, Janae, about people we're creating our own suffering. Humanity enslaved itself. They keep enslaving themselves by doing whatever it is they're doing. That's why like I don't live the traditional life like most people. I am here to walk the path of like the Buddhas, the Jesuses, the Moses, the Abrahams, the Muhammads, the Yoganandas, the Krishna, the Lao Tzus, the Confucius, the Mother Teresa, the Princess Diana, the Gandhi, the insert Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. I came here to walk their path. I'm walking their path in this generation. It is me and a few others who are walking that path. That's what my journey is about. Bridging the gap of humanity. Not everybody's going to want to be on this side of humanity, and that's okay. I'm not here to force that. I'm just here to just say you're the answer. You can choose whatever you want for your life. Just make sure to be a moral human person, like be a moral human, and don't go out in the world and be an asshole to other people. If you want to be an asshole, then you can be an asshole, but don't expect that people are going to like you. And then this is where the problem happens, because you want to be an asshole, so then someone else is like, why is this person having to be an asshole? Because you're wanting to shit disturb. Some people just love to shit disturb for no reason, because they're bored. They're fucking bored out of their mind, because the mind has to create problems, right? Remember, I mentioned that they have to create friggin' problems out of nothing because they're bored. They're fucking bored. If you're not bored, you wouldn't be creating problems. So, exactly. But there are also men who decide that are that they are above others and do awful things to people and think they are beneath them. Exactly, Jeanette. Spot on. And that's the other thing I came here to stop too. I came here to put an end to a lot of this bullshit. Am I going to be able to do it? Well, we'll see. We'll see about that. Is that T-Bray? What's up, dude? No Dead by Daylight today. I was going to play last night, but I'm like, yeah, I'm not playing. What's up, bro? I'm going to play tomorrow. Because it's Tuesday, right? Tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll play. Not tonight. I don't feel like it. Right now, Dead by Daylight feels boring. Oh, you are? Okay, cool. Enjoy. Enjoy, bro. I called Friday. Was it Friday or Thursday? I called one of those days and nobody answered. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I was like, where are you? Like, you didn't even answer. Normally you would at least answer and be like, yeah, man, I'm just busy right now, you know. I'm not gonna play tonight. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. I was on the call for like 20 minutes and nobody even answered the call. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What were you doing that night? Because I called. I called into the group chat. I'm like, hey, yo, where are you at? Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, no problem. No worries. No problem. I was curious because I'm like, normally you usually answer and you tell me, yeah, I'm busy right now. I'm like, okay. Oh. I think the boys are done swimming. Yeah, they're done swimming. They're done with their music. Hopefully Jay's game is fixed, by the way. It's so stupid, Nintendo and their dumb fucking servers. How do they like get away with that nonsense? It's so ridiculous. I've never seen that before. Let me see what's going on. T-Bray be one of the OGs. I still have that to do. I'm just attempting to kind of finish. If it starts getting too dark, I will just end the stream. Well, their music is done. It seems very quiet now. Oh my god. Yeah. By the way, T-Bray, neighbors were celebrating 4th of July here. So we got the 250th anniversary celebration over here. So I got to experience 4th of July fireworks here. Good old America. America. So yeah, my neighbors were celebrating it. So it was good. Yeah. So I got the best of both worlds. I got Canada Day neighbors, not them, but neighbors over there were celebrating Canada Day. So I got to see fireworks on Wednesday, and I got them on Saturday. So it was good. They started around 10:30 here because it got really dark. Because like if they were to shoot up fireworks right now, you can't see the fireworks. It's still too bright. So yeah. So they started around 10:30. I was like, whoa! I came back outside. I had finished showering because like I finished everything like later in the evening, and then I was like drinking hot chocolate. I brought my towel outside. I was sitting on the white table over there where I used to sit and chat with you, and then I was like watching the fireworks. It was pretty good. I enjoyed my evening on Saturday. It was nice, very very nice, very very nice, very very nice, very very nice. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. It's getting very quiet in the area. This is where people start to get freaked out by no noise. Oh yeah. She got that southern twang, bro. You can hear the neighbor. She's talking to the boys with that southern twang. Yeah. One more set. Let's fucking go. Let's lift these guys up in the meantime. Oh, by the way, T-Ray, I'm going to watch a movie tonight called Carry On. It's like a thriller movie. Well, not a thriller movie, but it's like an airport, like, well, yeah, it is a thriller movie. An airport thriller movie. It came out in 2024. It's on Netflix. Yeah, last night I watched, because I was going to call you. I was like, nah, I'm going to watch another movie. I'm going to watch Nonstop with Liam Neeson. Thank you again, Underboss, for his name. Liam Neeson. That one came out, I think, in 2014. I watched that movie before, but I was like, I feel like watching airplane movies. So I watched that last night. I enjoyed my time. Since the music is done, I can put back, yeah, there we go. So that's what I did last night. And tonight I'll be watching Carry On. Let me see what you wrote. Ah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'll be watching that tonight. I'm going to read all the comments in a moment before I wrap up. I promise. I'll just scroll back up. make some hot chocolate tonight. Drink some hot chocolate. Maybe make a peanut butter slice. Haven't had peanut butter, almonds, walnuts, sunflower seed, and peanuts on my bread in a hot minute with some honey. It's been a while since I had that. Might have that tonight. We'll see. Whew. We'll see what happens. Gotta have my protein shake in a moment too. Oh, by the way, T-Ray, a lot of people have been complaining about Dead by Daylight, the anniversary event that's happening right now. They're like, this is the worst anniversary event in Dead by Daylight history. I think it's actually pretty fun. I don't really see the hate on it, to be honest. But you know, humans like to complain about everything after all, right? So you can never please people. Even when they attempt to do some good stuff, like, you know, there's always somebody has to go like, I don't like this event. So, you know, Jason's been out now for a hot minute, and now people don't really play Jason, and they've been waiting for Jason for 10 years, and he was novel for the first week. Now, you know, not as many people are playing as him. So such is humanity. Whew. What time is it? Holy moly, 9:13. Yeah, I like it. It's all right. I enjoy it. It's not bad. Oh, I know what else I was. Oh, dude, I was watching Rocky marathon on AMC. I decided to watch commercial TV as well. It's on my tablet because, you know, we have the cable service still here, and I can log into the app and it has the TV service. So that's what I was watching on Saturday. Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4. And the Rocky 4 finished around 11 o'clock. So I had finished shaving and grooming, and then I came out and I was finishing watching Rocky 4 out here. While shaving and grooming, I was watching Rocky 3. I love Rocky 3. I love Rocky 4. I still like Rocky 4 better though. Just something about Rocky 4. But Rocky 5, no comment. No comment, bro. Oh. Yeah, like for example, what's actually showing on the TV stations right now? First of all, I need to move this app into that. Go to here. Nope, not that one. Hopefully I don't have to log back in. Be annoying if I have to log in again. Nope. So I can just like scroll down and look at TV. Like, but this has like commercials. It's like old school. Let's see what's on AMC today. We have The Martian. Look, AMC. See? Is that commercial? No. We got TV. So that's showing there. Let's see what else is showing. The Big Bang Theory on our comedy station. I know most people hate ads, but I don't know. There's still something about watching TV with some ads. It's like retro for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I myself don't mind ads unless it's friggin' YouTube, who has like hour-long friggin' ads. Like that, I don't like hour-long ads. Like 30-second ads here and there, I'm okay with. You know what I'm saying? But like hour-long ads, no. We're not doing that. Let's see. It also suffers. I need to read above. If you like Rocky movies set in the 80s, then I would watch it. I love Rocky movies. They are one of my favorite. Sounds good, Crazy Cat. Enjoy. T-Bray. Vision Quest is on Tubi. It's a movie kind of kick Rocky's 80 a movie. I should check that out, actually. I have Tubi. And I have something called Pluto TV as well. Do you know about Pluto TV, T-Bray? Because it's similar to Tubi. It operates almost identical to Tubi. See, my tablet is everything. It does everything. Oh, you do have them both. Okay, cool. My tablet does everything. It's my e-reader. It's my video game. My gaming console. It's my YouTube streaming thing. It's my music player. It's my writing, my drawing. This tool has become like, it's so good. And I originally bought my tablet just to read. Could you believe that? I bought my tablet just to read. And I read a lot of books on that tablet already. I never would have thought I would have bought this tablet for anything else but reading. But here we are, doing all kinds of things with this tablet, like watching movies. I've done one video editing project on this tablet. So many drawings. Yeah, I have one more set, by the way, so I'm gonna get rolling with this final set. Ooh yeah. The dumbbell is coming loose, like the plate. Shadow, you bubba. Rawr, 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 rawr. Come on. One more. There we go. We did it. We finito. We did everything. We're done. Well, we have one or two stretches, but we're pretty much done. I'm gonna go shower, make some hot chocolate, watch my my movie by 10 o'clock, give or take. I have so much energy. Waking up at 4 on a Monday is fun. It feels like old times. Doing the prayer position on the back. This stretches out my wrist. Let's see. I have to. Good question, Jeanette. I would take suggestions from T-Bray because he's given me some suggestions and I've watched them. So I mean, like if Tubi had like if I wasn't gonna watch that movie on Netflix, the Carry On, I'd be watching The Blind Side with Sandra Bullock. There's just something about The Blind Side. I just like that movie a lot. I'm the dude who likes to rewatch movies a lot. Like I watch the older movies more than I watch newer stuff because the older movies, they just hit differently, you know. But I like to rewatch like the movies over and over and over again. There's just something about them. The Terminal, yeah. Pluto TV is also free, by the way. Yo, T-Bray, did you ever watch Beverly Hills 90210? It's on Pluto TV. Well, I don't know about the American version of Pluto TV, but it's on the Canadian version of Pluto TV. So it was like one night I decided to just kind of like turn on Pluto, and I saw an episode of Beverly Hills 90210. Oh my god. Throwback. It's hilarious. Yeah. Yeah. It was funny when I saw it. I'm like, whoa. Anytime I see like stuff from the 90s I haven't seen in a hot minute, I get excited. Like, Who's the Boss? I still can't believe you haven't seen Who's the Boss, bro. It's on Pluto TV. Or I don't know about the American version, but the Canadian version has Who's the Boss. I still can't believe you haven't seen that. Like that kind of baffles my mind. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. Who's the Boss was the bomb. Awesome. Yeah, it's almost 9:30 here. Yeah, I love that show. I'll sit down and I'll watch shows like that all day if I had to. I just binge those like shows like Who's the Boss, 90210, Saved by the Bell, Fresh Prince, Family Matters, Friends, Blossom. What's the other one? Boy Meets World, Full House, Three's Company. Yes, I went there. Three's Company, The Jeffersons. We're going back to the 70s now, people. Three's Company, The Jeffersons. Did I say Jetsons? I meant to say Jeffersons. If I said Jetsons, I also would watch the Jetsons too, and the Flintstones. Yeah, all of that. Yes, it's starting to get dark, as you can see. Like I'm now going to become like a shadow. I'm like a shadow. You can't see me now. Which means it's time for me to call it a wrap in a moment. Taking advantage of as much sunlight or as much light as I possibly can. So I'm gonna put away some of my stuff now, though. Oh man, those shows are just so good. Like nothing beats those shows. Like nothing. That's why I can sit down and rewatch a movie over and over and over again. Like Air Force One. Like I watch Air Force One like at least 100 times. Or The Fugitive. A nice Harrison Ford movie is always good. Or like Die Hard 3 with a Vengeance. Die Hard 3 is so good. Like that's another one of my like go-to movies when I just want to watch something. I just want to like just chill out. that movie, Die Hard 3. Die Hard with a Vengeance. Let's see. Yeah. I Love Lucy. That's a good show. Carol Burnett. Yep. Now we're going old school. Three Stooges. And Janessa said, I feel bad for any child in that industry. For real, I hope those that walk in that darkness before will protect the future generation. A Beverly Hillbillies. The Andy Griffin Show. Golden Girls. Golden Girls. Fuck. Thank you for being my friend. Oh, man. I love Golden Girls. Yeah. Thank you for being my friend. Da, 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 da. So awesome. All right, I'm going to bring you guys inside and wrap up because, okay, Google, turn on light. Otherwise, you guys won't be able to, like, see me properly. I'll wrap up. Just bringing in everything now. I don't remember all the lyrics to the Golden Girl theme song. T-Bray was singing it one evening when we were gaming. And I was like, what are you singing there? And then I'm like, don't you know? Golden Girls. I'm like, oh. Duh. Dude legit was singing the song, and I was like, what are you singing, dude? And he's like, Golden Girls. I'm like, oh. I didn't clue in when he was singing it, though. What the hell happened here? What the fuck is this? What's going on here? It's like the carpet is like... Weird. Well, that's gonna have to fix itself at some point. Okay, let's unplug the tablet. Let's unplug you guys for a moment. I'll bring you guys in, and then I'll bring in all the cables. So this is the night aspect. By the way, that's my wall tapestry thing. I'm gonna be starting to do like a podcast thing over there at some point. My Mac, bunk bed with my stuff. There's the Sun Bubba. For those of you who haven't seen the room yet. I have to bring in my orange peel and my yogurt cup because I had yogurt and orange as soon as I started the stream. I'm gonna close the fence. Bring the tablet in. Bring in all the cables. So when I say I have cables for days, y'all, I mean it. I have cables for days. This is my long extension cord, this red one. Yep. And then I have this thing that has like 3 cables and velcroed so that I can plug in 3 different things. One cable is much longer than the others. It's usually for my tablet. It's like 10 feet long. Having the long cable is good because I can have more flexibility when I'm on the chair. But usually I'm like squatting watching TV or a movie or whatever, or YouTube. I'm not usually sitting on the chair much. Okay. Organize cables. Check, check, check. Cool. We did it. And yes, I have my shoes here. Easy to take on and off. I do have to do one of my stretches quickly. Which I forgot to do. I don't like putting on the light too much because I don't like artificial lighting. It's very ugh, but it is what it is. So, hey Lottery, good to see you. Just about to end the stream. I'm gonna go shower and then go watch a movie. I just came back inside. These shoes go here. Gloves go here. I have to vacuum my room probably a couple days from now. Needs a little bit of a vacuum. Oh, okay. Yep. Let me see what's going on in the chat quickly before I wrap up. Also feeding off of that. I'm not, I will definitely, lottery energy. I'm not sure they truly understand. I'll let you guys finish up your chat, but I'm going to be jumping off in like 2 minutes. So just give you guys 2 minutes to kind of wrap up. You guys can commence your conversation tomorrow if you like. I may change location tomorrow. I might not speak at the water. I might speak at that park, the garden area where we went on Saturday, where it was raining. I might do that. We'll see what happens. I'll decide. I'll follow my intuition, and my intuition will tell me if I'm gonna go, if we're gonna go there or not. But anyways, y'all, thank you for coming on today, or in the evening time. We got to spend, 3 hours? How long have we been streaming? Yep, 3 hours. Sounds good, Crazy Cat. Yeah, I'm gonna go shower and watch, I keep forgetting the name of the movie, Carry On. I'm gonna go watch Carry On. So I'm gonna go do that and just see if anybody messaged me on WhatsApp. One of my clients did. It's good. Just checking social media quickly. Cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. What's going on here? Yep. Who is this?
It's so pretty. Let's dissect it with me.
Okay, so let's please just trust me. Do you really think I brought you this far by accident? The universe. This is beautiful. Before we wrap up, here's your message, y'all. Here's your message from Instagram. So that's your message for the evening before we call it a wrap. Yeah. This is what my algorithm is like this right here. I don't see stuff. I see this stuff. So you get to look at it one more time. This just popped up. I don't look for things. Things just find me. So, yeah. This message is for anyone who chooses to... Yeah. Alright, y'all. I'm jumping off. You all have yourselves a good night. I love you all. I don't really say I love you very, very, very much nowadays, but my soul loves you guys. And thank you, T-Bray. I'll see you, bro. Tomorrow we're playing, though. Tomorrow we're playing T-Bray. Just remember that. I'll have to remember that, too. But yes, we are playing tomorrow. I got to play tomorrow. Yeah. Have a good night, Jeanette. Have a good night, Underboss. Have a good night, T-Bray. Have a good night, Soul Fam. Have a good night, Crazy Cat. Have a good night, Jay, if he's still here. I don't think he is. Have a good night, Sadia. Peace out, y'all. I am out. Bye-bye. We'll be back tomorrow.